Hey, my name's Marriam and I'm here with Faye today. So Faye's going to share her experience with My Sydney Hypnotherapy. Hey Faye, how are you today?
Hi, good, thank you, Marriam.
Very good. So if it isn't too personal, would you like to share with us where you initially came to see George Swan?
Yeah, so I had my first consultation with George about 8 months ago.
Okay.
I was in a abusive relationship, both physical and mentally abusive.
Yeah.
And I was in it for about 4 years. And I was trying to escape from the relationship for about a year, and I couldn't really get out of it.
Yeah.
I was seeing a psychologist, and I felt like I wasn't really progressing in my venture to leave.
Yeah.
So I came across George's website. Spoke to George very briefly. And I was really happy that it was a very comfortable conversation.
Yeah.
Which led me to have my first consultation with him. And we worked on how to get out of an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And courage.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found was within about 4 days of meeting George and having my first session, I had left that relationship and moved out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, so you've mentioned that you've also seen a psychologist.
Yeah.
So how long were you seeing a psychologist for before you came in to see a hypnotherapist?
I was seeing a psychologist for about 3 months.
Yeah.
And even though it was helping me internally and it was making me realize, the feelings that I had were validated and I needed to leave, I felt like it wasn't giving me enough progression to actually progress.
Yeah.
And that we were looking at things in the past more than the present.
Yeah.
Whereas with George, it was like, yes, that is your past, but let's get this changed so you can focus on the present and the future. So, that happened pretty much from the first consultation.
Yeah.
And it just gave me that courage that I was lacking and that I wasn't getting in the psychology sessions.
Yes.
Because it was it was something that I had, but I didn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that belief that I could use it. It really made an impact, and I listened to the recordings and it worked pretty much straight away.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So before seeing a hypnotherapist, did you have any hesitations at all?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because I guess you look at hypnotherapy as what you would like see on TV. It's for entertainment. You don't really look at it as something that can help you or progress or you for the general population, I would say, don't see it in that way. And I read a magazine article about it. A doctor actually recommending it, and I thought, well, I'm spending a lot of money on psychologists. I might as well just look at and see what else is out there. And I actually called a couple of hypnotherapists. I didn't feel that they were as professional. There were some of them that were, they were lovely, but I just didn't have that connection.
Yeah. And what did you enjoy best about working with George Swan?
I think I like how it's not like your typical session. Like it's like you're very comfortable, you're very open, and it's more like really speaking to somebody who's a friend. But also I love the professional side of it as well, because we get a lot of work done. It's like a plan. So like I said, I've been coming here for eight months now, and I've had a couple of good sessions, and it's always been progression. And I'm definitely not the same person I was when I came here. And I've gone through the hard times, but it's more how I deal with it and how I use that. So
wow, that's really good.
I learned a lot.
That's awesome. And for obviously anyone else out there who's having difficulties overcoming the challenges that you had trying to get out of an abusive relationship or having the courage to actually move forward, what would be your advice to them?
Look, my advice is definitely give hypnotherapy a go.
Yeah.
Definitely come in and see George.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
And a lot of, with women, there's a lot of guilt. There's a lot of, there's a lot of fear in that. And it just takes that first step. And that first step, I guess, then you realize that, yeah, this isn't right. And once you're at that stage, it's about what to do with it and how you go about making it better.
Yes.
And with George, it was such a, the sessions are intense, but they're also really enjoyable. And it's not like you walk in and you just, fingers are clicked and that's it. It's not like that. It just, I like the actual consultation of it first.
Yeah.
And getting deeper to what's holding the person back. And I just encourage any woman or any person who's in a verbally abusive relationship or a physically abusive one, is that really it can, you want to progress in life, and you're better than that. And it's about believing in yourself, and hypnotherapy does that to you. It gives you that.
Yeah. That's really good. Thank you so much for sharing your experience.
That's okay.
And, since working with George, how are things for you at the moment now? How's life?
Life is always going to be hard. It's never going to be easy, but it's how you deal with it, how you handle it.
Exactly.
And I think I've progressed so much in these 8 months than I have in my whole entire life. I've lived more, and I know that sounds corny, but I feel like I've grown so much more, and I've lived so much that it's I'm excited about the future now. I'm not scared. I'm excited, but in such in a good way. I'm nervous in a good way because I see the potential in me, and I see what I've done in these short months.
Yes.
And then I look at my future and I go, what I can do. It's going really good.
Oh, wow. That's really good. So proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And for anyone else out there who would like to find out more about My Sydney Hypnotherapy and how we can help you overcome some of your challenges as well, please hop onto our website, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. Thanks, babe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.